Hi there, I'm Alex Goad, and you may know me from such clickbank crushers as Google Payloader Project Black Mask. Or you may not know me at all, but none of that's important right now because this video is not about me, it's about you. And in fact, if you've ever wanted to catapult yourself into a completely new and groundbreaking formula for job-ending online profits, then this 10-minute video is the most important you'll ever watch. And here's the story of what happened. Okay, so a few months ago, one of my mastermind guys, guy that I talk to weekly, was really pissed off, and he's not usually an angry dude, but he starts telling me about how after not buying an ebook for something like 2 or 3 years, now he bought one and he started getting his nose back into the internet marketing industry, and he was absolutely appalled to notice that not only were the same kind of dirty tactics and guru ploys and product rehashing going on back then was still happening now, but actually that it had gotten worse. So this isn't exactly news to me, and looking at the overall global state of the market today, I couldn't help but agree 100% with what he was saying. But at the same time, I kind of told him, actually I kind of gave him a challenge, well, what are you going to do about it? Because it's nice to talk, but it's better to do something, right? So then he went completely quiet, and I thought basically that I'd scared him off, and also that I might have offended him because I was a little bit direct. But as you can well imagine, since I'm here telling you about this, that's not the end of the story. So about 2 days later, he calls me at something that's like the middle of the night over here, because he's in the UK and he's just got up, and he's all excited on the phone, talking 300 words a minute, and telling me about how he's found the solution and he's going to start deregulating the tactics that he taught a private group of students that paid $10,000 each to be in a kind of commando seminar in London, England. So he'd actually told me about this before and told me about the results that his students were getting, and while I hadn't really paid that much attention to it, I was quietly impressed. But then it appeared that he was dead serious about releasing what he calls the 4-tier annihilation method. And I'm going to show you right now a little bit of what he showed me that made me so impressed, and which I think is going to have a similar effect upon you. So this is what you're looking at. It's called the 4-tier annihilation method, and it's the exact system that Saj uses to generate over $100,000 in pure online profit every month. Okay, have a look at this. This is just one of the accounts that Saj showed me, and these are his online earning accounts for the 4-tier annihilation method. So in March, made just short of $200,000, $199,000. And the preceding month he made $149,000, so it was a slower month. And then the last 7 days, at the time when he showed me this, he had made $47,000 in the last 7 days. So that's pretty consistent figures that approach about $200,000 a month. And figures are actually higher than what I told you earlier about the $100,000 in profit a month, but that's because this isn't pure profit. The profit is about a little bit more than 100% return on investment. Actually gets to keep about $100,000 a month. Now the fun part is that this isn't just a 1 or 2 or 3 or even 6 month thing. This has been going on month after month after month for years. So here's another set of months. 189,777, an average month over here of over $170,000, and here's another screenshot at the time of 1 day's earnings, so $6,777, which over 30 days adds up to just a little bit over $200,000 a month. So you might think that's all well and good. Here's this guy that's making about $200,000 a month, which he gets to keep more than 6 figures in his bank account. So he has a great life, he gets to buy a lot of great things, but what does that have to do with a guy like you or a guy like me? Okay, well remember, this was initially taught to a group of 10 students in a closed-door private event kind of thing for which every person had to pay $10,000 to attend. And there were actually 2 very solid clauses that were taken with these students, which were, 1, they had to promise to take this business as seriously as possible and to try absolutely as hard as they could to make things work and to generate very impressive results. And then the second clause was that if they attained these results, they would have to share and document these results with Saj. So unfortunately, about half of the students kind of disappeared, or at least never really wrote in. But there were 5 other students who did by the process very successfully and share some of their results. So this is a gentleman called Emmanuel Yankson, who's from the United Kingdom. And actually, you'll notice that all students are from the United Kingdom, and the simple reason for that is because the private closed-door seminar was actually held in London, and it was only advertised locally before it sold out. But Emmanuel Yankson is now making over $100,000 a month in pure profit, working less than 2 hours a day. So here's a guy who used those methods and applied them immediately to start making just about as much money as the initial creator of the method, who's a self-confessed lazy bum. Okay, here's another student called Millie Debs, and prior to attending the seminar, she was actually working in a nursery for minimum wage, so she had to borrow the money just to attend the event. But she's very glad that she did, because she's currently earning over $65,000 a month part-time. So this is an account that she showed us in the documentation, and this is one day for the 2nd of May 2008, and she's selling different products or creating different kinds of 4-tier annihilation methods than her peers, and so the amount of the average transaction is actually a little bit lower, which somewhat makes up for it in volume. So this is 20 transactions in the same day, each for 140, almost $1 US, which adds up to almost $3,000 a day. So this is a good day for Millie Debs, because her average is about $2,000 a day, which adds up to this $65,000 a month stated above. Okay, so here's just one last student, and you'll have the opportunity to review all of these, also the other 2 students, tomorrow. But for now, here's Rupam Day. And this is a guy that was extremely stubborn, but a terrific go-getter that would stop at absolutely nothing. And when he came in, he decided to ignore Saj's advice at first, and if you listen to Saj, what he'll tell you is start working the other parts of the system before you start doing tier X. But he decided not to listen, and it was just a couple of weeks later that he came back and showed that he had created a tier X transaction worth $98,000. So he basically used the 4-tier annihilation tier X method, go look for a cash whale, and he found one, which to me really illustrates the full potential of what it is we're talking about here. Okay, I'm almost completely out of time here, but here's some more stuff that you should know. The 4-tier annihilation method is 4 modules, 170 pages of illustrated killer content full of examples and resources. There's also 10 core training videos, which means over 2 hours of step-by-step annihilation on your screen. Discover things like this: the radar to uncover shooting fish in a barrel easy profit centers. You're also going to see the legal hijack system. Another method you're going to uncover is the error cheats, something that allows you to cash in sometimes huge amounts and sometimes for several months, even years, based on mistakes. You're also going to discover the trend reversal that happened just recently that gives you ground floor opportunity on the marketplace. Another subpart of the module talks about the resell flip, which amounts to others doing the work, you copy-pasting and reaping the profits. You're also going to see the traffic stealing method, which not only shows how you can tap into the most targeted and cheapest traffic online, which, hint, is not Google, but will also show you how to legally and ethically steal this from other people. And finally, for now, business-in-a-box websites, same type, which are used by multi-million-dollar companies and which will show you how to use. You can cash in big and follow the big money trends. Those are just a couple of tidbits from Module 1 and 2. So as you can see, this is huge, fresh, full of examples, and it's also a one-page system. Let me explain myself. You can start profiting with just one of the dozens of methods that require one page only to get started, and most of it is actually copying and pasting. So listen, you definitely don't want to miss this, and mark it on your calendar, or rather your alarm clock. It's going down tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Time, so that's Tuesday, June 10th, 12 noon Eastern Time. It's not SEO, it's not AdWords, it's not AdSense, it's not Web 2.0, it's fresh, it's killer, and it takes no prisoners. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, 4-tier annihilation method. Don't miss it.